welcome to another Nogger U film review. This is your host, your boy, Jay Hunter, joined as ever with Steve V1.
What is the story, Jay?
We are back with a corker. Roddy Piper's Hell Comes to Frogtown. This request is coming from Mega Bros, Fruit Spread, and his fiancée, Ericat.
Oh, Fruit Spread.
Yeah.
Excellent. I know him.
If you're wondering how these Nogger U film reviews work, if you're donating on our highest tier, you get to request a film. We put them all in a big pot and randomly work our way through them.
It's great fun.
If you look at the dial N for Nogger request thread, oh my god, the garbage, Steve.
Really?
Holy shit.
But people did actually pick some awesome movies too. Like, you know, we got to spooge over Alien and Aliens. And of course, we got to watch Super Mario, Pro Wrestler vs. Zombies. And we're doing Hell Comes to Frogtown, motherfucker.
So let's do it to it.
Grammar that is.
This film originally had a budget of how much?
Bag of ham.
200 grand.
What's that in, like, modern money?
205 grand. It was shot on 16mm, but New World, the distributors and producers, were interested in the project, inflating the budget to how much?
$1.5 million.
That is bang on, Stephen.
Wow.
Yeah, correct. Well
Get
done.
in. And I didn't Google this, by the way.
But since they were wary of having this noob director, so they brought in another director, R.J. Kaiser, to co-direct. And they ended up replacing most of the staff that were originally hired as well.
Well, that's a bit cunty.
It is, but they did keep Steve Wang, who was the creature and props department dude. They actually tried to replace him as well. They asked around, hey, who wants this job? The minimum quote that they got back from other companies were 4 times what they were paying him.
Holy shit.
He's a lovely guy. Nothing but nice things to say about the set. It was a lot of fun working on it. And he also did Predator.
Oh, wow. So Predator came out before this. Okay, Jesus, it goes to show you what money does, doesn't it?
Oh, but who would star as the lead? Don Jackson, the original director, was a huge wrestling fan and brought Roddy Piper in. He loves wrestling, made a wrestling documentary, I Like to Hurt People.
That's a great name.
You may be asking, where was this in Roddy Piper's wrestling career? This is 1988, so that's circa WrestleMania 4 time. Quick recap, WrestleMania 1, he headlined against Hogan in a tag match. WrestleMania 2, he boxed Mr. T.
What a match.
In a much lower stature affair. By WrestleMania 3, he was in the mid-card wrestling Adrian Adonis in a hair versus hair match.
Still not jobbing, though.
It was his retirement match, and he won? What a cunt.
Oh, yeah.
He also did his last big Piper's Pit as the backdrop for Hogan versus Andre.
Yes or no? Yeah!
Piper told Vince, I'll go to Hollywood.
Vince just starts throwing cash at him, does he?
But he would leave for 2 years trying to make it as an actor. For completion, he'd actually be back at Mania 5 interviewing Borton Downey, and you remember he sprayed him with the fire extinguisher?
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, that fucking segment. Boo.
Then he went on to feud with Rick Rude, cost him his IC title, before painting himself half black for WrestleMania 6 and the OSW intro.
Play the Stormer.
In Hollywood, Roddy Piper starred in a small uncredited role in 1978's The One and Only, Not About Billy Gunn, before this 2-year gap, taking the lead in 1986's Body Slam, which I'd actually love to review. Then this, Hell Comes to Frogtown, before starring in his most iconic film role in John Carpenter's They Live.
Nice.
So this film is pretty much the, like Schwarzenegger's Hercules in New York.
Oh, my God.
The film before he made it big,
Yeah.
you know? So was it any good? Let's find out.
Perhaps this will teach you respect for your elders!
Kick off!
Kapow!
Roddy's being interrogated, but before it goes too far, he's saved by sexy nurses. Here's what's up.
What's up?
Nuclear war happened. 68% of the population is dead. Most are sterile due to the radiation. So virile men are recruited, or forced to, if you're a convict like Piper, to go have snoo-snoo and impregnate women.
Snoo.
The spirit is willing, but the flesh is spongy and bruised. Mankind is done, so womankind rule the earth.
How are women ruling the world?
Yeah, it would have to be some kind of genetic nuclear bomb to only affect the men. You know?
It's the fucking genophage from fucking Mass Effect.
I love it.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Oh,
Which kills all the Hogan, Krogan, Schmogan, Logans. Yes! Maybe BioWare are huge fans of this movie.
that's the only explanation.
It is. Let's move on before we think of something else.
So to make Piper go along with this crazy plan, he's got a ticking time codpiece to keep him in line. And his job is to break out this harem of kidnapped women and fuck them. What kind of plot is that?
This actually is pretty much the plot of a terrible 70s porn.
Yeah, to fuck for freedom.
He is a patriot.
Yes.
But Jay, is he the patriot?
Oh, that's Del Wilkes. So they're riding in the California desert. It's, nuclear fallout 10 years after the apocalypse. Those telephone poles have survived pretty well. You might say it looks exactly like California in 1988. Piper's garb here. He's got the Canadian tuxedo, open shirt, two layers, both open. And he's got the little slave layer kind of front and back.
It's hilarious.
Is that supposed to be a kilt?
Oh, maybe.
Did you like his Farrah Fawcett haircut as well?
Oh my god, it's glorious, isn't it?
The golden rivulets. They come across a stray woman. There's this thing in the film where they'll show someone in action, like she's running, but they won't show the bump, and then they'll just cut to her tied up on the ground. Like there's a bit later where they're trying to escape and one of the frogs jumps, so he just goes, "Huh!" And then it cuts to him running down the walkway.
Oh my god.
You have to... No! There was no stunt. There was no
That's your
bump.
fucking money shot, which is probably a terrible term to use for a movie like this.
Piper's with two sexy army scientists. The blonde one is called Spangle, and she cock teases him and refused to get them out in this film.
I was furious. I was like, if your movie is going to be this cheap and sleazy, it's tits or get the fuck out. We got one pair of tits in a whole movie. Give me all the tits. Even the frog tits.
They should have had frog tits.
They really should have had
Howard the
froggy
Duck
tits.
had frog tits. You're not above George Lucas. We do get the line of the movie where Roddy Piper is saying, "Oh no, I need to get to know her first," and scientist lady Spangle is going,
Relax. I've been trained in seduction techniques.
Spangle injects the feral woman with a sex serum from the pockets of the pocket fox. And it makes her super compliant and horny, Did you just drug this woman so you can rape her? Uncool.
It's very uncool.
They try to reel it back in by having her tomorrow morning and she loves Roddy and give her a big smooch and a hug.
If Sam is as well known as these girls are saying that he is, surely they could have just said, "Hey, it's Sam fucking Hell."
Yeah, that's fine. And then she makes her own decision.
And then she's like, "Hubba hubba."
Hubba hubba.
Sam Hell. What a name.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
So when you say Hell comes to Frogtown, it's a literal thing. Samuel Hell goes to a town called Frogtown. Fuck off. So Sam Hell and the two girls go to Frogtown. But to get in, Spangle plays the part of Roddy's slave. They go inside the Frogtown cantina. There's a stripper on the table. pan upwards, and there it is. This is the film.
This is it. Piper's big movie break.
These rock hard frog nips are staring you in the face.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Could you imagine showing up that day for work, looking at the set and the frog people and going, what the fuck is this?
And you're like,
what have I done with my life?
oh, God.
I bought into this, you know? There's no way the movie can be any good.
No.
There was one frog that had an animatronic face.
Yes.
Commander Toady. Most of the people there that just have a mask and they put it on the actor's head, and they have like this kind of helmet chin strap pulley system where they and the mouth would open anyway. And so they just had to kind of wrestler act, you know, emote
Yes.
louder, you know?
Make sure the people in row Z are able to see this.
And they couldn't afford like moving eyes and stuff, so a lot of them have glasses, just shades on.
Which is true. Yes, I didn't actually cop that. Or patches. Or cover his face with a full beekeeper mask so that he can see nothing at all.
I thought you were a frog. we like bees.
But they do add in ribbit sounds to make sure that you know that these people are frogs.
Good.
So,
yes, that's how it works.
kayfabe. But as bad as they all are, they still have this kind of 80s charm.
You get Big Bang of Super Mario Brothers.
Huge bang of Mario. All them Goombas.
Except with larger head. Like, because it's in the 80s, so you can't do CG. And so you've either do literally hand animated or
Yeah.
a big mutton head on, you know.
Looney, you're alive! They told me that you were pancaked in a mine shaft in Eagletown after the war.
Oh, you know I got 9 lives.
At the cantina, they meet Looney Tunes, an old codger and Piper's oldest mate, played by the actor who's always standing on his hind legs.
Oh my God! I marked the fuck out.
The person who's always standing and walking.
Rory Calhoun?
That's it.
It's Rory Calhoun.
Oh, like a little Rory Calhoun.
Man, the dude could barely talk.
Yeah.
And why'd you give him so many lines?
Why was he in this movie? This part could have been played by anyone.
Well, he's a big name. And he's guaranteed to always be in his feet as well. They also meet their inside gal, a frog with the hots for Piper.
I love you.
Do you want to talk about it?
She's our contact. A handmaiden to the harem at Toadie's palace. I love you is the code phrase. I mean, everything's going to plan.
They chat to the owner, who tells them the frog people's plight. Radiation made us... there was a nuclear bomb, 10 years of fallout, and the radiation made frogs mutate into human-sized frogs, and they were driven out onto the wasteland. And that's where Frogtown is.
So there were actual frogs that turned into human-sized frogs, as opposed to humans who turned into human-sized frogs.
Yes.
Okay. That's bollocks. in 10 years.
And not only that, but they like set up a school system and have like mastered conversational English. And really impressive, you know?
It's very good.
So I think this was a bit of Native American commentary here. The plight of their people.
What about Mexican?
Driven out to their land. Sure. I don't know. I think he's just spraying everywhere.
His seed.
His plot everywhere. Steve, how much did it cost all in the whole frog business, the whole creature department?
Oh my God. $6,000.
Oh, you're in luck. 12 grand, Steve.
Holy shit.
I think these look amazing for 12 grand.
For 12 grand. Okay.
Everything all in.
Wow. So Mr. Wang did a good job with the shit budget that he was actually given. Okay.
Bartering with the owner goes well until they're captured. Piper is tortured by the second in command, Bull Frog.
Oh my God.
Did you like his Samoa Joe promo? Wear a spangle, getting for a fight she'll never forget.
Oh my God, I didn't even cop it. I love it.
He forgot that he's supposed to shout the line and just does both. It's amazing.
In the harem, being prepared for a night she'll never forget.
Commander Bull here. He has a chainsaw, but it runs out of gas. You know, he fills it back up again and successfully removes his codpiece. What a nice guy.
Yeah, I was like, hold on a second here, mate. One of your main plot points is that he can't tamper with it or take it off or it blows up.
I really like this because he kind of cuts him free with it, and then he's like, it's fake, and then you get the farty pyro. I don't get how chastity belts work, though. Like, why couldn't he get some wasteland grease and just slip out of it?
Yeah.
What's holding it in? Is there a... Moving on. Meanwhile, Slave Spangle is brought to the rest of the harem, where they perform some kind of sexy ritual to get her in the mood. Man, this budget. And, you know, she's in this boudoir for the harem, and she's being, made more suggestible by this fan dance, basically. They could only afford one pillow. It's the saddest, lavish palace.
That's so fucking funny. Surely, if worse comes to worse, they could have just mentioned it to the actors. By the way, when you're coming to work today...
BYOP. Like.
BYOP.
Dance or die!
Dance or die! Spangle is made to do a Dance of the Three Snakes, and this is what this film is best remembered for.
It's hilarious.
Oh, this is the scene where they were saying, get your kid off, and she said no.
Well done, love.
Good stuff.
Don't get your tits out for movies this terrible, or for wages, which I'm sure are also terrible, but it would have made this movie so much better. Earlier on, she was like saying to Sam, I've been trained in the art of seduction. And then she goes on to be an incredibly sexless robot being. And her dance kicks off like that. She's basically just short of doing the fucking Carlton or something like that, Then she wakes up and she starts to move a little bit better.
The way the film is shot is very functional. It's all just look directly at her. So this Dance of the Three Snakes, you'd expect it to have very lovely movie camera bits, because this is a centerpiece.
Multiple cameras on rail tracks to move around, but they probably didn't have the cash for that.
Guy in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Come on, mate.
Okay, yeah. Because maybe they just had one camera on a pole. TNA. And they didn't want the guy to be walking around because then you get the kind of bob.
Yeah. I fully expected Commander Toady to whip out his lad, and it's the three-headed snake. And they do have a shot where he has these animatronic penis puppets.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. It was really weird because when he stands up, it's like they were going to show it, but they didn't. It's a very odd edit.
Dr. Manhattan wildly jealous somewhere watching this movie going, God, why didn't I think of this? Get in here, Laurie.
Spangle woes him to escape.
Whoa. Note to any girl who wants to kick a guy, kick him in the balls, not the dick. That's the bit that hurts.
Yes.
Does he have 6 balls?
These are the questions that keep me up at night, Steve.
You're letting them get away. I want you to do something about it. Now!
Our heroes meet up with the least sexy harem possible and hightail it back to where Obi-Wan met that sand person. That kind of thing. Oh my God, they have a chase sequence and their version of Mad Max vehicles.
It's so fucking funny, and they samurai cop the shit out of this.
It's so sad. It's just dirty bangers.
There's the fight with the random Obi-Wan guy.
Yeah, he was the police guy from the start of the film.
Yeah, he kicks him off a cliff and he's not dead. It's ridiculous.
There's a bit where he takes a bump off the cliff and you can see the crash mat at the bottom.
Oh, are you serious? Oh my
It's a
God.
big dirty chicken coop bump.
Oh, it's so funny.
Right, with random jobber out of the way, it's down to Piper and Commander Toady. Follow the ketchup trail. What kind of fight sequence can you have with a man in a frog suit?
A terrible fight sequence.
It's a 1978 house show. Punch, kick, nothing. Oh,
Vito marking out to this one, is he?
I love the big Three Stooges spot. And a big bump off the cliff and down to the ground below. What? Are the women dead? Where are they? Oh my God. No, they're grand. Oh, but hind legs Rory Calhoun isn't. But he's old, so it's still a win. And we ride off into the sunset. Not before Piper is told that he's still got a job to do, impregnate the harem. And then he says, well, I guess a soldier's work is never done. Welcome to the Aftermath. Steve, in an important milestone in the history of filmmaking, what did you think of Hell Comes to Frogtown?
I have to choose my words wisely here. Okay, the plot is terrible. It's like a bad porno. Not even a good porno. It's like a bad porno.
It's no Sunny Side Up.
Jesus Christ. Eyes glazed over, just pick a point on the wall and stare at it. The costumes are shite, but then I found out that they did it on a budget of 12 grand and they've been upgraded to mid-card costumes now. Some of like Piper's cheesy wrestling acting is abysmal. I'm like, how did he get any other work in Hollywood coming off this shite?
There is one wrestling move in it where he stabs one of the frogs with rebar and he does kind of like a suplex with it. It's a bit shit.
Do you reckon there's a chance that Piper kind of said, no fucking way am I doing wrestling moves. I got into Hollywood to get away from wrestling.
Yeah, you took this gig, didn't you?
I can see why this is thought of as a cult movie. It's not so bad that it's good, but it's so bad that you can tolerate watching it and you might have a laugh.
It's so bad, it's tolerable.
Yes, but it does have a little bit of an 80s cheesy charm. So, you know, like it wasn't a total waste of time. It was just mostly a waste of time.
Out of 10?
Oh my God. A 2?
That is a fair score. IMDb says 5.5.
Get the fuck out of here, you smelly marks.
Yes, agreed. Excellent, thank you, Stephen.
You're welcome.
Oh my God. What a terrible film. Said to be a sexy comedy with a fun family atmosphere. Everyone had a good time on the set. So-called Planet of the Apes with frogs. It was inspired by Spectre Man from the 70s and their City of Frogs. It just depends on you. Do you like cult classic bollocks? So if you enjoyed it, good luck to you, sir. What do our Mega Bros, Fruit Spread, and Ericat, who chose this film, think?
I've been waiting for this. This should be good.
And they say, we are avid trash movie buffs, and when we heard about this movie that everyone trash talks, starring no less than our man, Roddy Piper, we had to check it out. Imagine our surprise when we both found it very fun and entertaining, way better than any movie called Hell Comes to Frogtown has any right to be. So I feel compelled to stand up for it. It's low budget and goofy, but it's funny, and while Roddy isn't the best actor out there, he's a joy to watch through his sheer charisma. And where else could you hope to watch the hot rod sword fight a giant frog so his dick won't blow up?
Now, that is the type of tagline that would make me watch this movie.
And cheers, lads. Can't argue with that.
No, I can't.
Holy shit. It got 1 and a bit sequels.
What?
We got Return to Frogtown. Okay, it still has Sam Hell and Spangle, but Roddy Piper's not in it, and Spangle's not in it.
Oh, shit.
Instead, they got someone who looks just like Roddy Piper. Beardy from Samurai Cop.
Get out of here. Are you serious?
Yeah, Robert Zadar.
Yes. Oh.
No. And it got kind of a standalone sequel, Toad Warrior, aka Max Hell Frog Warrior.
Toad Warrior, by the way, is a great name.
Okay. So it's a standalone sequel, the Rogue One of the Frogtown cinematic universe, if you will.
Frogtown cinematic universe. Oh, DC taking notes here. This is how you set up a universe.
What do you think of the puns? Commander Toady and Bullfrog. Obviously, I was thinking of puns throughout this whole movie. It was like, so you can say, oh, he croaked.
Yes.
He's hopping mad. If your man decided, to just drop instead of letting Sam Hell kill him, he'd commit suicide. I'm depending on you.
Oh my God, you put some work into this.
Yes, I'm sure you found it riveting. Well, that does it for this week, folks. Did you enjoy that, Steve?
Yes, very well. I didn't enjoy the movie, but I had lots of fun talking about it, and your puns were...
Thank you, Stephen.
Unforgettable.
What's in the magic bag? Next up, we've got another sci-fi / wrestler failed attempt to leave wrestling. This time, it's Jesse Ventura's turn in Abraxas, Guardian of the Universe.
Oh my God.
And we'll see you next time for that. Oh, and if you want to watch the rest of our film reviews, you can click on the kind of tab link in the main page. There's a big tab that says film reviews, and you get to watch all of them. Oh, and Steve, plug your Twitch.
Yeah, come watch me play video games most nights on twitch.tv/OSW review.
Yes, and if you follow, you get notifications on your phone?
Yes, notifications, get some awesome emotes, and we just join in. We have lots of crack. It's awesome fun.
What will you be playing towards the end of November?
Oh, South Park.
Awesome.
And I really want to get into Mass Effect Andromeda, because that game looks bad, but maybe it's going to be so bad that it's going to be a 2.5 out of 10.
Hope for a bit higher. Jesus
no,
Christ.
People have slated it, but I don't think it's quite as bad as people say. And, it's not about the game, it's about having the crack.
So, it's a goodbye from V1.
Take a boo.
And myself, Jay Hunter. Who remember, a winner is you.
Me.